after dealing with everything, I'm like, okay, what's going on? Because now my blinkers weren't working. They weren't working since last night when all the power thing happened. The headlight working when I put back in the ignition. The blinkers were not working. So I took the flasher relay off another bike. I changed out the flasher relay, did nothing. I pulled off the blinker bulbs. As you can see, there's no hoop. Completely fried. You can see it hanging down there. This is one I just stole off of another bike. You can see the probe going across. So now we should have blinkers. When that planey thing was hooked up with that ignition, it must have sent a crazy impulse of voltage or something happened. And maybe that's why the bike was getting all crazy too. It was throwing the map off on the CDI and it was all jumping around. The idle got high towards the end, which is when the lights started going crazy too. It was weird. I thought we got an air leak and everything just so happened to all happen at the same time. I went through, took off the pipe. As you can tell, I did everything. I put an air leak down tester on it. She's still holding exactly at 6 PSI. It's been like 15 minutes since I went and swapped the blinkers out and it's not leaking. So, and I did it when it was hot. I actually warmed up the bike and did it hot, and then it's been in there for a while now, so the engine's cooled down now. But like, I stripped it off quick and wanted to test it when it was hot and saw if maybe it was my JB Weld, something was going on. No, boys. She's still holding. That just makes me believe that Pliny thing blew out at that time and it was sending crazy voltage and all this stuff going on. Like, our headlights were stuck on before we unplugged that MAP 2 thing. When we went up to the view, the headlights were on the bike, even with the key out of the bike. Like, key was off and key was removed from the whole ignition, and there was still power to only the headlights. The headlights were just on. It was so weird. It wasn't dying. It was on for minutes. So much funky stuff was going on with this bike. That is just craziness, bro. That is absolutely crazy of how much stuff was going on. Look at this. Still holding. We haven't even moved a fraction, bro. It was getting funky. It blew out both the blinker bulbs, and these bulbs were working before. This was the longest ride we'd done on the Pliny ignition. We tested it a few times on the Evo, but maybe only like 20 miles in total. Last night we went on like a 30-mile ride, and all that happened right at the end. So now that we found the problem for the blinkers, I'm gonna take the other blinker out of our donor bike over here. We haven't shown you guys this on the channel, so sneak peek if you're watching this far into the video, but it's got stock blinkers on it. As you can see, we removed one. And luckily, same bulb. So put the bulb in, hopefully solves the blinker